Hey everybody, Seth Campbell here with the new Segue Says podcast. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, the bow tie. Yeah, well, today was my last class with Livingston Taylor, who, among many things, is a man of 1,000 bow ties, so I wanted to learn from the best on exactly how to do it. Hence, the bow tie. Anyway, sorry we're a few days late again, but this time, look, it's finals week. What do you want from me? I'm doing the best I can. Anyway, we've got a long segue with a few songs to make up for it. This is one that, when I would do it live, it pretty much always finished the night with the exception of maybe one song as an encore, because this is a long jam. It starts with Gray Seal by Elton John, then goes into World Turning by Fleetwood Mac, then goes into King of the Hill by Bruce Hornsby. And I also like to play a bit of Mystery Train, a blues classic, in the middle of King of the Hill, but I can't take credit for that. Bruce Hornsby's been doing it for well over a decade now. So, now the key to most of these segues is the key of D, sort of a Mixolydian D. And they're at similar tempos. World Turning is a little slower than the rest of these songs, so we're speeding up World Turning just a bit, but trust me, it does work. Now, we're going to go song by song here. Gray Seal actually only ends up in the key of D at the very end. It's a very strange song from the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album. There had actually been a single version released earlier that's much slower, much more mellow. But the version most people know is the version that they still play live, is the version on Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. It's a very nonsensical song. And verse and chorus goes something like this. Why does it never light on my lawn? Why does it rain and never say good day to the newborn? On the big screen they showed us the sun, but not as bright in life as the real one. It's never quite the same as the real one. And tell me, Gray Seal, how does it feel to be so wise? To see through eyes that only see what's real. Tell me, Gray Seal. Mission bells were off by ancient men, and that's the second verse. And it goes on like that until the very end, when it collapses into this huge, high-energy, long jam section. At the last, tell me, Gray Seal. Essentially just D, F, G, back to D. Tell me, Gray Seal, how does it feel? There's vocal jams on all the live versions here. How does it feel? I like to end this one, or in this case, segue out of it, the way they end it live on these jams, as can be found on the album Here and There. And that is going to be how we get into the next song. Now, World Turning, as I said, the original version is actually a little slower, but for our purposes, we're going to speed it up just a tad. It's one of the songs that was written by Christine McVie and Lindsey Buckingham, which a lot of people assume they didn't write together, but they did. And they both take some leads on this one. It's driven by Lindsey Buckingham's incredible guitar playing, which I'm just gonna do my best to replicate on the piano. But of course, his guitar playing is far superior to my piano playing. Everybody's trying to say I'm wrong. I just want to get back where I belong. World turning, I gotta get my feet back on the ground. World turning, everybody's got me down. Essentially, it's verse, chorus, long drum solo, and live Mick really goes berserk on the drums. And then sort of a chorus outro jam. But as you can hear, it's in D, and it's around the same tempo. And what I'm actually doing with the left hand here is this pattern of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's going to help us with King of the Hill, because that particular groove or rhythmic pattern can be found or inserted in just about any Bruce Hornsby song in some form. It's when he's going crazy with the piano, that groove is often close at hand. And so King of the Hill off the Spirit Trail record, you can already hear the similarity. F, G, D, similar to Gray Seal. Well, I'm leaning on a rail, letting my eyes roam over the plain. I'm laughing on my break, feeling like a captive on a long chain. Watch as people pick up sticks, the big boss man cracks his whip with serious we laughter keep from crying, whoa, crying. He's spouting out the coming in line, everything here's just fine. Says he cares about me, but I know he's lying, whoa, lying. 'Cause I'm up in the big house, king of the hill. Perpetual motion is key to this song, and it's also noted as one of the best examples of Bruce Hornsby's signature two-handed independence, which is where you do a crazy pattern with the left hand. This is the jam section / bridge. It took me years to get this, and it's still not even close to where I want it to be. The idea of two-handed independence is you're doing some crazy pattern with the left hand, and for any intents and purposes, you could just make a sandwich with your right hand. You could do anything because it's not connected. It's separating the different parts of your brain is very difficult. I'm just amazed I can talk while playing this. But the idea is to improvise. That is so hard to do. It's taken me years to get that far, and it'll take me many years to continue going further, I hope. That I'll continue to go further. But, so that's one of the signature pieces of that song, and that really isn't crucial for the segue. I just wanted to show off. But it's a notable feature of the song, so I think I can get away with it. And then Mystery Train will tack on. It's just straightforward blues. It's very malleable and can and has been played every way imaginable. But the way Hornsby does is Mystery Train, 16 coaches long. Train, 16 coaches long. Train going round the bend, leaving me alone. went down to the station, meet my babe at the gate. Asked the station master if the train's running late. Said, son, if you're waiting on the 444, well, I hate to tell you, son, that train don't stop here anymore. Train, train. You know, I'm sure you've heard it. Clapton's done it. It's originally written by Little Junior Parker, I believe. Bon Jovi's done it. The Jerry Garcia Band has done it. Of course, Bruce Hornsby's done it. Paul Simon's done it live. It's a standby. So now we've got 4 songs, the relevant parts of which, sorry to the verses and choruses of Grey Seal, I love it, but it's not relevant to us, are this driving beat in this Mixolydian D. And so now it's just a matter of stringing them all together. And this is a preview of something to come, incidentally. I'll just leave that little hint out there for you to do with as you please. But you end Grey Seal on this long jam. And eventually just kind of fade it back a little and start bringing this left-hand pattern. And then bring in the guitar part for World Turning. Do it long enough to establish we're doing something new. Everybody is trying to sound wrong. And now we're in World Turning. There you go. Now, World Turning into King of the Hill. You have your everybody's got me down. Now you can either drop the guitar pattern from the right hand entirely and leave the left hand, then kick in this King of the Hill groove. Or you could just go right from one to the other. Let my eyes roam over the plain. And there you are in King of the Hill. Now, Mystery Train, again, I can't take credit for this one. This is all Bruce. You just drop in the middle of King of the Hill. You know, you have your jamming after the last verse chorus. It's really a verse refrain, extended verse refrain, but the last one. Just end up holding on D for a minute. And do an abrupt stop like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Train ride, going down the line. Train, going down the line. There you are, Mystery Train. Now, it's great to end on King of the Hill because King of the Hill is a little more complex and grand than Mystery Train. So, every last train going round the bend, left pull me behind. Go right back to this King of the Hill groove. Thanks, Bruce. then just jam to your heart's content. You can even go back to this two-handed independence part if you can manage it. I told you it's difficult. And there you go. Something really dramatic, a great way to finish. If you've really done a great show, you've captured the audience's attention, you're ready to send them off on a real high note, you do that. Just a long train of songs. And then, maybe you do one encore, something a little, it was a little, maybe more of a hit, something a little poppier, just to mellow them out a tiny bit before unleashing them upon the world. But that's that'd be your encore. This is a great way to end the last set. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully you've learned something. Good luck with the two-handed independence part. If you're trying to do that, you're going to need it. It took me a long time and a lot of work. But with a long time and a lot of work, it can be done. So thanks as always for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. I will see you next week. And remember, we are, I think, now 9 episodes away from the 100th episode, which I can promise will be something spectacular, the likes of which you have not seen before, at least in this podcast. So stay tuned for that. I hope you're looking forward to it, because I know I am. See you soon. Take care of yourselves, and travel safely for the holidays. I'll see you next week.